Yeah, and you said you were trying to sell T-shirts coming up.
Ain't no trying, brother.
Yeah.
Ain't no trying. I will be selling T-shirts
Hell
very
yeah.
soon. So the hardest part is knowing whether or not that's you or not. Once you know you're that, to me, I feel like I was born to be an MC. The reason for my conception, the reason why I was conceived, was for this.
Yo. What's poppin'? Smoking with Too Tall. Introduce yourself right quick to the people. Drop your socials.
Man, I am MC EyeFlo, the facilitator, the crooked child, third eye hooligan, ultimate pressure, the mammoth. I have many names depending on the day. But yes, the livest to do it. And my socials, well, I ain't giving no one my social security number, but my social media platform for Instagram is MC EyeFlo underscore official. Or actually, I don't even what is my damn thing?
It'll pop up still.
Yeah, I'm about to say, shoot. That's a good question. The Last Jedi. I just changed it,
The
right?
Last
It's The Last
Jedi,
Jedi. THALASTJEDEYE. The Last Jedi, because I am the Last Jedi.
Hell yeah, and we
Yes.
about to get into all that shit right quick, but I just want to shout out our sponsors over at W Energy. Use code SW210 at checkout to get 10% off on your order. That's code SW210 for 10% off. And yeah, let's just get into the interview and shit.
Let's do it.
So, your last project that you released in 2025 was
EYE.
Yeah, EYE. And the music video that was most recent was Zoom.
Yes.
Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about how that music video came together, because I was fucking with that one.
Thank you, bro. First and foremost, shout out my man Mello Vieira. He co-directed that video with me. So Zoom was just, in retrospect, a time capsule. You know, I used to take the bus, take the trains. I was really a passenger, a commuter for a very long time. So Zoom was just saying this is a transition. I went from being the passenger, the commuter, to being the driver. You know, I was on foot. Now I'm going zoomy zoom. That's me just saying I was on the bus. I was taking these walks. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm driving. It's something subtle, but something major in the aspect of, it's like a mantra. You know, it's more so manifestation of bigger things, and just basically saying that. You know, that's what it is. That's what Zoom is.
Hell yeah. And we were talking off camera and shit about like spirituality and
Yes.
all that shit. And
Yes.
I noticed that your most viewed music video on your YouTube channel was Sun Tzu. What? Tell me a little bit about what you learned from like reading on Sun Tzu.
Well, shout out Clockwise and Chess Clan. That's the home team. But Sun Tzu, the strategy of war. You learn how to deal with emotions, deal with logic, deal with attack, deal with approach, understanding when to retreat and when to infiltrate. It teaches you different things. The strategy of war, the book that is. So Sun Tzu is somebody who gives you real game in attacking and approaching and observing and learning how to do things strategically. So Sun Tzu is just kind of that, if you will.
You seem like a big knowledge searcher, like a knowledge seeker, I should say. What are some other texts that you've like read and looked into,
I need
just
there's
in
a
general?
well, man. I mean, I have I have different joints of literature. It's been a while since I've actually sat down and got to read. The last book
Yeah.
I've read was A Strategy of War. Um, I have this book, the book of Tao. I don't remember the author, but my man Alex gave it to me. My man Alex Fort, who's also a great creative visionary. He gave me that book after a game of chess. But it's basically teaching you, or helping you teach yourself, how to deal with philosophy. So that's one book I'm appreciating. That's something I'm kind of in the middle of. I sat down with it It's been a couple of months since I sat down with it, to be honest, brutally honest. But that was the last piece of literature I've actually sat and read. But I enjoyed that. I would say I love books on reality. So also the 50 Laws of Power.
Mm,
I didn't read
yep.
I didn't read the 48, but I have the 50th, well, the 50th law, I should
Yeah, yeah.
say.
The one with 50 Cent or
Yeah,
whatever.
50
Yeah,
Cent's
yeah.
joint. That book, I like a lot of biographies too. So I have Kobe's biography. I have, who is it? I have Al Cool J's biography. I have different,
Mm,
biographies, but those are joints I used to read over time. I used to read Vibe magazine. I used to really read Essence magazine. That was my mom's subscription, so that's what got me subscribed to Vibe.
mm.
Also Double XL, but it's been a while since I've sat with some good literature. To be honest, if you have any books that you can recommend,
Shit, off the top of my head, The Comedic Tree of Life
okay,
by I'm gonna butcher his name. I think it's like Makashi Albi or something to that
okay,
effect. Let me look it up. That's the biggest one that I always recommend to people.
okay,
Um, but I wanted to touch on some of the more hip hop things. We was talking outside about like the different elements of like MCing and things of that nature.
yeah,
Um, I noticed that you were dropping Blunt Force Trauma exclusively on Untitled and Bandcamp,
yes,
and I want to know more about your take on kind of making music more exclusive and like less reachable in a market where it's so like all the other music is so easy to find. Like you can go on Spotify and find everybody's like music now
yeah.
compared to like back then when it was more centralized. So like artists like La Russell, for example, he's
Shout
done
out La
things to
Russell.
make more like independent moves, like to
Mm-hmm.
make his music more exclusive. Is that kind
Mm-hmm.
of like the angle you're trying to take, or like what's your take on all that?
Well, as artists, when we go through these digital streaming platforms, right, we don't have great return of interest. We invest so much energy, time, resources, what have you, creatively, and we don't get a lot back when we rely on streaming platforms to reimburse us
Right.
or to compensate us, if you will. So a lot of us are taking the direct to consumer approach, whereas I can sit here and give you this money. I mean, excuse me, I can sit here and give you this music and you pay me what you see fit, or if I drop a price, whoever supports me will adhere to that price, and then we have, we have a business, we have a market, but that's the approach now because again, we're not getting a lot when it comes to streaming platforms. DistroKid, United Masters, these platforms are giving us very minor percentages for artists who are doing major work to even upload this music onto these platforms. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's just one of those things where that's how I'm attacking it now. I may not do that with every project,
Right.
but if you support iFlow and what iFlow represents, what iFlow stands for, then you will invest. And that's only the market that I'm around now. Eventually, the world will know who I am. So then you will have a world of people who will willing to invest, support me, and what have you. So
And I would say that that's probably going to end up being the future, the next quote unquote wave
yeah,
that the music is going towards. Because right now we're really starting to plateau in like the streaming era, and I think by adding, like you said, some of that exclusivity,
yeah,
like even people like Kanye have started to do that type of stuff as
mm-hmm.
more independent artists. So I feel like to really have an artist that goes that route and shakes up the game, I feel like that would completely shift how
And
like
have
people
something to go
consume
with it
shit.
though.
Yeah,
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 have something to go with it. Like I'm not just selling you. I won't just be selling music. There will always be more to it. Like some people are selling dreams and stories and actual merch and things like what I'm saying. But just
yeah,
have something to go along with it that makes people want to invest in you, even if it's you selling selling your story, letting people know who you are, letting people inside of your mind, of your heart,
right.
of your life, giving them something that they were like, you know what, I'll spend this X amount of dollars, I'll spend this just to do that. So you're selling them an experience, but everybody, we all want to buy something, we all want to sell something. So it's just learning how to navigate that.
Yeah, and you said you were trying to sell T-shirts coming up, so
I'm ain't no trying, brother.
yeah,
Ain't no trying. I will be selling t-shirts
hell
very
yeah.
soon. So by the time this comes out, 9 times out of 10, the shirts will be available. So make sure you hit me up, get these shirts. Volume 1, there will only be 25 of every set of shirts that I'm selling. So the next, I won't say how many, but the next set of shirts, the series, for right now, is only going to be 25 per series. So volume 1, right now, make sure you all hit me up, tap in, go get those shirts, because again, it's only 25. So,
What's kind of like the vibe of this drop in terms of like the shirts? Like, what kind of aesthetic was you going for?
so this is a earthy aesthetic. It's
Okay.
more, it's more so, well, let's just say elevate your environment. You know what I'm saying? So basically, EYE, elevate your environment. And it's earthy. It's the feel for your environment. Uh, uh, I would say an accumulation of authenticity and embracing yourself and what surrounds you.
Mm.
So that's what this first drop is centered around, and that's what it will be. So when these shirts drop, that's the energy and the aura of it.
Oh yeah. And in terms of other things that you got upcoming in the future, I peeped that you were hosting the East Session 10-year anniversary, March 27th through March 28th. Tell me a little bit about what's
Hey
expected
yo,
to be popping off
listen,
there.
shout out to Millie, Big 3R, Big Journey, Girl Tight Eyes, that's my dog, Hooligans, all of that. Listen, March 27th, March 28th, I am blessed to be emceeing and the official MC of the East Session, and that's going down. It's about to be crazy. Listen, if you are an enthusiast of culture in any capacity and of any sort, this is where you need to be. March 27th, March 28th, 2026, 195 Dudley Street, Boston, Mass. Roxbury to be exact, the East Session. Come on with it. Well, only come with it if you really embrace culture, because the room is packed. It's not going to be a lot of room for just random spectators. Only come if you really with the energy. But yes, that's what I'll be doing. Shout out Charlie Clips. Charlie Clips, battle rap, legend, pioneer, someone who's active in that realm and who's really a heavy hitter, will be co-hosting with me the first day. So that's a big deal. It's not every day you have really fire events in your state, at least not for Massachusetts. It's not big that you have big fire events in your state that real certified battle rap hitters come out and they're a part of. And not only that, but they're down to host. So I get to, host with someone who's really active in that community. I'm very active in my communities, and it's a blessing. I'm very active in both the crump community and the hip hop community, and I'm blessed to be a forefront runner and an ambassador of both communities. So yes, that will be happening March 27th, March 28th. Sorry, that was very long winded,
No,
but
no, that's
had
what we're
to
looking
had
for.
to do it for the, what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so tell me the people like what Crump is and what the difference between emceeing is and all the different elements of being a performer.
Well, first and foremost, crump is an expressive street dance. It's a language. It is a movement. It is a culture and an understanding. That's what crump is in a nutshell. Because I can literally sit here and discuss crump with you all day. But in a nutshell, to reiterate, crump is an expressive street dance style. Some would say it's a derivative of hip hop, as in like it stems from hip hop. I have mixed feelings about that only because I respect Crump as its own entity. However, if there's no hip hop music, if there's no hip hop, there is no Crump. So you can, those can say what they want, but that's what I say. That's my opinion. Granted, I've only been crumping for 7 years, and Crump has been around for over 20 years. But in my opinion, in my observation, and mind you, I've traveled for Crump. I've seen Crump in different forms at different levels. But that's what I would say in a gist, in a nutshell, Crump is. The difference between MCing and rapping, as we were discussing, well, just because you can put words together over an instrumental doesn't mean you're an MC. You might even do so very fluently, but it does not mean that you encompass the elements of someone who can really get the crowd going.
Right, and control the room.
And control the fucking room.
What do you think is the hardest part about emceeing and controlling that room? Or getting control of that room?
The hardest part is knowing whether or not that's you or not. Once you know you're that, to me, I don't feel like it's hard.
Right.
Because I feel like I was born to be an MC. Like, I wasn't made for this. I was born for it. The reason for my conception, the reason why I was conceived was for this. So, to me, it's not hard. I would say the hardest part, aside from knowing that you are or not an MC, is continuing to build on it. You don't ever want any show to be the same. And that's actually something I learned from OG Patti LaBelle. I don't remember what I was watching. I can't recall at the moment, but I was very young. I think I was watching something on TV One, and she said no two shows of hers will ever be the same. And even that right there, that just goes into the, performance aspect. Understanding what it means to be dynamic, to capture for real, to capture your audience, to move the crowd, to have control over it, to seize the room. That's different than just performing. It's different than just being on stage. It's different than just rapping.
Right. And rehearsing and shit like that.
Yes. Very much so.
Fucking, what was my next one? I saw, your next project that you said you was going to drop. Tell me a little bit about the upcoming project. What is going to be the biggest sound difference sonically between that and like EYE, for example?
Well, this next project that I'm dropping will be primarily produced by Devo the Genius. Okay. Shout out my man Devo the Genius, aka Lefty Danger, my dog. But that'll be exclusively produced by him, and it'll be short. It won't be very long. It'll be an EP. It'll be dopeness captured very swiftly.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
And you've had previous collabs with Devo the Genius. Is this going to be more like of that kind of vibe, or is this going to be completely different kind of stuff that you guys have been working on?
That's a great question. I would say the content is different. Like, I'm not just throwing bars out. It's more themed. And he and I have both progressed tremendously since any of the music that we made on EYE. So it'll be an enhancement. It'll be what you've heard from us evolved.
Right. Who are some of your like influences in music and art in general?
Whoo, man, whoa. I would say tied for first is Nas, Biggie, and Busta. Like, those three literally raised me musically. Nas, to me, he's just the greatest to ever do it. Biggie taught me how to rap. Busta helped me understand and gave me energy to resonate with. So those three definitely, I give a lot of props to and I salute them for real. East Coast rap, you know what I'm saying? Like Jada Kiss for real, man. Shoot, Method Man, Redman, MF Doom, Kanye, you know, and then R&B. I grew up on R&B. I grew up on hip hop from the '80s. Like I used to listen to the Fat Boys, LL Cool J, Run DMC, because my mom put me onto them. The reason I even started rapping, fun fact, is because I used to beatbox.
Oh, okay.
So I used to listen to a lot of the Fat Boys, Dougie Fresh, and Biz Markie, and I would beatbox.
Hell yeah.
And then I got tired of beatboxing because all my friends asked me to beatbox. So then I got to rapping. And then what happened was I started rapping and they used to play me because I wasn't good. So then I got better than them.
Hell yeah.
Now I just do it for real. But then I was doing it for fun. Now I do it for real.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, my musical influences, bro, they stem crazy because that's just some of them because I still have more I haven't named, and that's just rap. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Michael Jackson, the reason, man, boy, if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, I wouldn't know how to dance at all. I wouldn't know how to hold the beat on the dance floor because, man, I love Michael Jackson. I love Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass. Like, I can go on and on. I'm a big I love Timbaland. I was just telling my lady, I'm like, yo, Timbaland's really one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
Like, I love
so many hits
Timbo.
under his belt.
But, it's a whole, I'm a child of music. I am literally a child of music. Yes, I'm the son of hip hop, but a child of music.
Hell yeah. And one of the videos that
Hold on, let me say this, but ain't no father to my style at all. Word to ODB.
Hell yeah. One of the videos that caught my eye was the new style live. It said it was a Tiny Desk submission. What is the Tiny Desk submission? Like, why? What is it?
You don't know what Tiny Desk is?
Nah.
Wow.
Am I just not hip to it?
Yeah, that's crazy. So what Tiny Desk is? Yeah, Tiny Desk is it's an NPR platform.
Okay.
So a lot of the greatest they have what they've been doing over the last, I would say, at least 10 years, possibly, give or take. But they have a lot of the best artists from our time, generations before. They have them come up and perform. Okay. So recently they had, Scarface, they had De La Soul up there. They've had, oh my goodness, just a variety of dope artists.
Damn, I've been asleep.
Yeah, but they come up there and they have a live band.
Okay.
So what my submission was for Tiny Desk, basically it's my submission to possibly be on that stage and that platform. Okay. So a lot of us from Mass have submitted and have done that. So I did that. That was last year's submission. A lot of the homies like this year are doing it. I can't recall everybody, but shout out to the homegirl, India Rose. I know she submitted. So if you're seeing this and if the voting is open, make sure y'all vote for India Rose and any of your homies, homegirls, whoever is submitting for Tiny Desk. But that's what that is. So it's an opportunity and a submission to possibly be on that platform.
Hell yeah. And what's your favorite music video that you have done yourself? Like, of yours?
Damn. My favorite one?
Yeah.
I haven't made it yet. But so far, Charged Up was crazy just because that was like the first time I really like put like a whole production and everything into a video. So that was dope. And a lot of my homies came out to support me. Shout out to my homies. Y'all know who y'all are. They came out that day and they supported me. And it was a crazy video shoot. That was a crazy video shoot. I would say New Style was dope. The New Style video, because we were in the rain. And man, I mean, all of the videos I've done so far, I've enjoyed for different reasons. But my favorite one, I haven't made it yet.
Hell yeah.
I haven't made my favorite song or my favorite video yet.
I feel that. So we're going to have to end up wrapping this episode up. So drop your socials one more time for the camera.
The Last Jedi on Instagram, THALASTJEDEYE. That's on IG. On Twitter, MC_EyeFlo. Facebook, MC EyeFlo. And that's how you reach your boy, man. Beyond that, you gotta catch me in real time. Shout out to everybody, man. I am the Crooked Child. I am the Third Eye Hooligan. I am Ultimate Pressure. I am the Mammoth. You know what I'm saying? I am the livest to do it. Definitely the livest in the East. And shout out my man Too Tall for this interview, man. I had a great time, my brother.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
appreciate you
saying?
popping
Word
in,
up,
bro.
word up.
And big shout out to our sponsors over at W Energy, code SW210 for 10% off at checkout. And yeah, y'all uplift yourself.